So the final part of the Albert Hammond interview, I've loved every moment of talking to Albert. And if you missed any of these parts, please go back and take a look. I've actually also uploaded the full interview online, so you could watch that in one go if you want. Now, in this part, Albert talks Tina Turner, Johnny Cash, and artificial intelligence.
To have worked with people like Johnny Cash, who asked me for a song, and for him to invite me to his home, in Memphis, and to to stay there for a week with him, and for him, he cooked me every day. He cooked a meal for me, and we went into the studio with the Carter family and the Oak Ridge Boys, and I was able to produce, a couple of songs I'd written and a song he'd written with him. It's just an incredible feeling. But just as much as that's an incredible feeling, it's also an incredible feeling to have, someone that, that is not that well known, record your song, because it's about that, isn't it? You don't know what's going to happen because you don't know the future. So when someone records your song, it makes you happy.
America was a country that really sort of gave you the push to be this world famous songwriter, and I don't suppose that could have happened anywhere else in the world, purely because of how pop music is. Particularly in that period, a lot came out of America. I know Britain had a play, but you had to go to America to achieve worldwide fame. In a sense, it was the place.
I think because the world looks at America, like if you make it in America, you've made it in the world. I don't know if that will be, will carry on. I have no idea, but I know that, going, everybody wants to go to America because they know if they have a chance in life, it's in America,
But on body of work, I think the song was called American Flag, which felt like a sort of that maybe you'd had at one point, I don't know what the word is, but got disillusioned maybe with America, or got disillusioned with a side of America. Can you explain that?
I'm never disillusioned with a country, because I think all countries are really beautiful countries, and I think the earth is a beautiful place and a beautiful place to live. And it's the only, little sphere, little rock, that we know that life exists, So I think in body of work and American Flag, what I'm saying is, we are not being honest with each other. There's too much corruption, and there's too much lying, and the technology is so new that it's taken us, I think, to a disastrous place. Maybe as we learn more about it, then things settle down, but I suppose, when gunpowder was first invented, by this Swedish guy, and he did it because he wanted to make tunnels to go through mountains, and then people used it to kill each other. I suppose this is a bit the same, this technology. We oh, this is new. I mean, I now, I have a friend who said, look, in 2 minutes, I can write a song on this. And so he tells AI what the song should be about. You just get a little bit of a story, and then it says, can you give me a lyric on what I've just said? And it gives you a whole lyric with a chorus. And then you say, oh, can you put some music to it, a la Whitney Houston, or a la, I don't know, Pink Floyd, whatever, and a minute later, he plays the music. Oh, can you have someone sing it like whoever, and boom, you have a song. And it sounds like every other song that you hear today, written today, in on Spotify or whatever. So until we realize that that is harming us, because the beauty is to write a song from the heart, not to write a song with technology.
I totally get, and I'm sure they can actually write in there, please write me a song like Albert Hammond would write a song. I mean, I actually believe that that is there. But I totally agree with you. We need to know how to deal with this technology. One person that you wrote a song for that wasn't I mean, I wasn't friends with her, but I interviewed her 12 times, and I was in her circle with Roger Davis, Tina Turner, of course. And she had an impact on me because of her as a human being.
As a human being, yes.
And I just wonder what sort of impact she had on you, because you wrote a song, I think it was with Graham Lyle, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes, and Way of the World. We wrote those two songs together. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know because I remember her talking about I Don't Want to Lose You to me, and how much she loved that song.
Yes. Obviously, the artist, whoever's going to do it, has to fall in love with the song. That's a very important thing. I don't think I or anyone could convince an artist if they don't love the song. So, I mean, the way that song was written, they'd set up for me to write with Graham Lyle. It took like 2 years because I'm in LA and he's in England, and my publisher then, Bob Grace, he'd set this up, and I just got in, and the next day I was supposed to write, and I was jet lagged. I couldn't sleep that night, and he knocked on my door at 8 a.m, and he said, "We have a date at 10 o'clock with Graham Lyle." I said, "Oh, Bob, I'm not going to make it, man. I'm so tired, They said, "You can't do this, It's taken a long time, whatever, So I said, "Okay, just give me 5 minutes. I'll shower and, and then we'll go." And we did. And we drove for like an hour down. I think it's Bromley, or something, where he lived. And I got there, and Graham's a wonderful guy, and he offered me some coffee or some breakfast or whatever. And a couple of times this has happened to me. And so I was left alone in the studio, and I saw this beautiful blonde J200. It sounds like I'm talking about a woman, a nice, beautiful blonde J200, And I picked it up, and I just went, from D to E minor, and I started to sing, "I don't want to lose you. I don't even want to say goodbye," and, he walked into the studio and he said, "That's nice. What is that?" I said, "I don't know. Your guitar inspired me," And he said, "Let's put that down." So we did, and then he said, "Oh, yesterday, because I knew you were coming, I worked on something." So he plays it, and it's in a totally different key, "Women of a certain age," totally in a different key, And so we looked at each other and we said, "Wow, there's something about these two things that work, but they're in different keys." And we just had to work out how to make it work, since they were in different keys. And that's how the song was written,
That's amazing. I mean, sorry.
I went back to LA, and I demoed the song, and I sent it to Roger Davis, and Tina fell in love with it.
Yeah, I mean, what's amazing with also with Graham Lyle, of course, because he wrote with Terry Britten, "What's Love Got to Do with It?" And he was one of the key people really in
Bring
Tina's
that.
resurrection, you know, as a solo artist with the
Yes.
Private Dancer album, wasn't he? And
Yes.
he's not often really given that credit, which is, you know,
Oh,
which he should have been done, you know.
yes, yes, yes. I give him that credit.
Yeah.
Tina gave him that credit because Terry Britton is in the musical in a way, you know, because I was at the opening of that of the musical in London, because she also in that musical is Don't Turn Around, which she originally recorded, by the way, and they put it on a B-side, you know, before anyone else recorded it. Um, and there's another song called "Be Tender with Me, Baby" that's also in the musical. Yeah. So I was sitting there next to Graham Lyle, and Terry Britton was somewhere else. I said, "Do you want me to change so your partner's next?" "Oh no, but it's fine," you know. You know.
Wow.
Yes, but it's so strange. I mean, there's so much magic in life and in the world and in the universe, and there's so much connection to so many things. And when you start believing uh, in, in in spirituality, you know, in that there is something greater, that you really are energy, that this is just like, you know, like the outside, like the car, you know, that will, you know, like the train that will go to the breaker's yard in the end, like the I'm a train. So this stays behind, but the energy carries on. I really do believe, I'm getting more to believe that we come back many, many times because it's energy, and the energy carries on. And you know, I don't know, we never remember, and all, or sometimes we do. Sometimes we talk about, wow, I've been here before, I've seen this, or something, you know, never quite knowing, you know, but still, the longer I live, the more I believe that there's a connection in life, you know, to our energy that carries on.
Well, Albert Hammond, it's been wonderful talking to you. I've had the most immense 2 days listening not only to the album body of work, but your whole body of work. And it's been enlightening. It's brought back lots of memories, personal memories for me, because songs really do hold memories of your own life. And so I want to thank you for that. And I think really on behalf of everyone, because people who are creative and have put things out in the world are extremely brave. And when they've had such immense impact and success as someone like you, I think we should thank them for their contribution to the culture. So I'm saying, for me and for everyone, Albert Hammond, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve. It's just wonderful, you know.
Up there is an interview I recommend. Down there is where you can find all the podcast interviews. And here is where you can connect.